This is Umar for BoxNation. We're in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, opening the Riyadh season, and what a fight to open it up. Two guys I know that I was watching that presser, and you admire both of them highly.
Yeah, for real. Listen, I've never been so locked into a press conference like this before, man. Two professional, like real top-level professional inside of the ring and outside the ring athletes, so who better to aspire to than these two guys, man? Hopefully they put on, well, not hopefully, they definitely are going to put on a great fight, but I'm backing my man Beterbiev.
Yeah, I've heard you speak about modelling yourself on Anthony Joshua, and Artur Beterbiev is someone you've mentioned as well.
Of course. Listen, he's a great guy, man. Do you know, people think that he comes across arrogant and whatnot, but he doesn't. Like, I sat down with him. We had a dinner after the 5 vs 5 first press conference, and what a nice guy, man, giving me advice and whatnot. He's a great guy, and he's got my full backing.
Okay. You believe he'll stop Dmitry Bivol?
I can see it happening, yeah, but I got Beterbiev on points. I see him hurting Bivol, but Bivol's got good footwork as well, so he'll get out of trouble, but I see a man taking on points.
Adil, can we bring Teddy into this?
How's
Teddy,
it going? Thank you, Teddy.
If you give Teddy the mic, just one word on this man.
This man, listen, I don't know how you say one word on somebody who's this special, but if I wanted one word and you wanted one word, I would say future.
There you go, you heard it. You heard it from the man himself.
That's what I would say, future. And I would say one other thing. The obvious is not that obvious. Yes, he's tall. Yes, he's long. Yes, he knows how to fight tall. Yes, he knows how to fight long. All of that. That's not his greatest strength. His greatest strength is the person he is, his character.
Can he beat Janibek?
Yes. Listen, it will be a real fight. It will be a contested fight. Janibek is good. Janibek is solid. Yep. Janibek has a little bit of experience over him to a certain extent. Yep. I'm not talking about amateurs, but to a certain extent. But you know what? When somebody is special and that moment comes, it comes at some time. Whenever it comes, they step up. Yeah. I will believe he will step up. That's all I can tell you. I will. If I'm right, and that he's right, and I no disrespect to Janibek, none at all. He controls range well. He puts together punches at a distance. He knows what his identity is. All of that, and he's consistent. But if I'm right, and I've been in the business 50 years, and I trust my gut, I trust my eye, I trust my instinct. He's special. Then on that night, he will be special.
Thank you, Teddy. Brilliant.
Teddy, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, that's some praise from a legend.
Yeah, man. I see him do an interview on me, I think last week or something, and to hear it in person, bro, it's crazy, man. Even Eddie, I done an interview with Eddie earlier on as well. He's giving me good credit as well. So, bro, it's like, you know what I mean? When you're an 8-year-old kid and you see all these promoters, you never think one day that they'll be in the same camera shot as you and giving you these big words. So, yeah, man, I'm definitely humbled, bro.
Well, you're doing something right if Eddie Earn's giving you praise, eh?
Yeah, for real. I'm just doing me, Umar. I'm doing me. You know, I'm trying to keep my feet on the ground as well, but you know, get my name out there, bro.
When I asked him about can you beat Janibek, he didn't even hesitate.
Yeah. Listen, so people make fighters to be certain fighters to be killers, but it takes that one special fighter to come along and nullify all of that. So listen, it's been mandated. I've been mandated. So yeah, let's see what happens. The negotiations will be happening. And let's see what gets concluded.
Well, he posted, look, something along the lines, I don't want to misquote him, but I'm not scared of this guy. Yeah. Everyone said I was running away from the offer for the Wembley Stadium card. Yeah. Let's go, brother Hamzah.
Yeah,
so the ball's in your court, Hamzah.
Yeah, brother
Do you
Hamzah,
want it?
Brother Hamzah's coming. Brother Hamzah's coming. Listen, I don't think any fighters are really scared of any fighters, to be fair. It all comes down to negotiations and money. That's like ultimately what we in the ring for, to put food on our plate for our families. It's as simple as that. So it all comes down to negotiations. I've got I know I've got the greatest team in boxing, coach-wise, advisors-wise, promoter-wise. So I'm in a good place. Whoever they tell me to fight, I will fight and I'll get the job done.
Okay. This is the right time to fight Janibek, though, Hamzah?
I mean, if now's not the time, when is the time? You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, let's get it cracking. I'm mandated for the WBO. I think WBC is going to do the same thing. So there's a lot of options there, Umar. There's a lot of options.
Well, I spoke to Frank Warren in length yesterday, and he believes that him and Bob Arum, who get on very, very well, can reach a deal before purse bids are due in about 13 days now. So are you instructing Queensbury to go and make that?
Whatever they say. Listen, whatever they say. Everyone's in their positions for a reason. They specialise in what they do. So, like my previous fights, whoever they put in front of me, I'm going to say no problem. Let's go in the ring and let's get it happening.
At the moment, by yourself, because you've got to back yourself, but apart from yourself, is he the best middleweight in the world, Janibek?
Who is there? You got Adamis,
Lara.
Do you know what I say? I think it's all equal, to be fair, Umar. I'll be honest with you. I do think it's all equal. I don't think one's better than the other. Yeah, in certain departments, but ultimately, them fighters, they're all as good as each other. WBC, WBO, WBA, Lara, Adamis, and Janibek. Any of them, I think, any of them fights I take now is the same level as going in with any of them.
Well, one person who would disagree with that was a fellow on the top table today, Chris Eubank Jr. Said he's the top dog in the middleweight division. No one comes
Why is he
close
not fighting any of the world champions then? You know what I mean? I'm tired of him, man. He talks so much shit, Umar. You know what I mean? He thinks he's the man at 160. He got offered a Janibek fight a few months ago before I did. You know what I mean? So if he thinks, if he really and truly deep down believes he's the top dog at 160, which I think he doesn't, I'm telling you. Whenever you mention my name to him, his whole demeanour changes.
Well, on TNT Sports, he was asked. I'm sure he saw the interview.
I watched the interview, yeah.
He said you're a nobody.
Yeah. But he said I'm a nobody. But in an interview a week before that, he said, "Why would I take 5 million when the fight could be bigger?" So how does that make sense if I'm a nobody? It doesn't. He contradicts himself, and he always does, and he always will until he gets smacked in the mouth.
Well, apparently, when you walk down the street, no one knows you. So
yeah, apparently, listen, everyone knows him for the fucking character he is. You know what I mean? So I'd rather be known for my actual boxing than what he's known for.
Last one, promise. Frank dropped an absolute bomb in the interview yesterday with me, and the fact that this was kept under
So
wraps
quiet,
in boxing, unbelievable. The fight with Canelo was offered to you.
Yep.
Just talk to me about that for May.
Yeah, it was two days before the Umar Williams fight. We jumped on a call, got the call. I was sleeping. You got to remember this time I'm making weight, and I'm like, all drained and whatnot. Jumped on the call, and it was like Canelo, and I was like, what? Out of nowhere.
Oh, sorry, it wasn't offered for this May then.
It was negotiations and whatnot. So I was like, what? And then it was definitely interesting. I mean, 2 years from now, I've said it in an interview earlier, I reckon I'll fight Canelo Alvarez. 2 years from now. I think now's a bit too soon. Let's be real about things. I need experience, and I need to win a world title at 160 to even be recognised in the 168 division. I'm under no illusion, but to even be mentioned in the same sentence as him at this point in my career, I'm doing good things.
Was there a point though when you were lying in bed or eating a meal around that time when those conversations were happening and thought, do you know what, should I just roll the dice and take this with
I was
Canelo?
thinking that. Well, I'm not going to lie to him, I was thinking that, but then at the same time, he ain't no joke. You know what I mean? Going in with someone like him, you got to be on your A game, and you got to not be uncertain in any aspect. You can't be uncertain in any aspect. So
is that what Frank said to you as well?
No, listen, we didn't have to have the conversation. Whatever Frank says, I'll back that anyway. So in terms of what he said, I agree with it. I agree with everything he said. But yeah, I reckon 2 years from now, that'll be a fight that will come to fruition.
Hamzah, always a pleasure.
Umar,
Enjoy your
thank
time
you,
in Riyadh.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers, bro.